Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and welcome to my 8th day of First Communion projects. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create an exploding box, which is super quick and simple to make. If you like First Communion, recently I launched my new collection called White Elegance. It has lots of beautiful and elegant design papers, but also elements to fussy cut as well. So if you like it, check all the links in the description down below, because you can get it from Buy Me a Coffee website. And later on, I'm going to tell you about my giveaway. For today's project, I'm going to use the Beautiful Moments collection from Polish brand called Altair Art. It has that very pale peach color to it, and I thought that would be just perfect for First Communion. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. I also wonder, have you ever heard about any Polish brands in paper crafting? If you have, please let me know which ones are there. So as you can see, these design papers are amazing, and there are 250 GSM. And that is the one I'm going to choose to create my box with. So I'm going to create two panels, and I'm going to use my scoring board. So the panels will measure 10 centimeters by 30 centimeters. And I'm going to create two scoring lines. The first one is at 10 centimeters and then 20 centimeters. So one panel is ready. Now I need to create another one. So again, I'm going to repeat the process. It is 10 by 30 centimeters. I'm going to score it at 10 and 20 centimeters. So that is the base for today's project. Super cool, right? So now I'm going to assemble them. But before I do it, I'm going to use my scoring tool to fold and burnish those scoring lines. And this is crucial because this way your project will look professionally finished. So when these are ready, I'm going to use my liquid glue. I think this is the very best adhesive and it dries clear. And you also have time to maneuver the elements. So now as you can see, I'm going to offset them so it looks like a cross. And it will close really amazingly when we create a lid as well. So I'm going to put some liquid glue here and I'm going to attach those two panels. And now, decisions. How are you going to decorate the box? If you want, you can also decorate the outside panels. However, I decided I'm only going to decorate the inside of this box. So as you can see, it looks really cool so far. Now, let's create some panels. So I'm going to use some white textured card, and this panel will measure 9.5 centimeter by 9.5 centimeter. And then from the same collection, I'm going to use different design paper and I'm going to create some squares measuring 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. So this way, I'm going to have a very nice border and it will give me the strength to all the sides, which I think is really cool. So now it will be time to assemble all those squares together. And if you want, you can also do it in inches. So if you want to create this box, you can use your scoring board and actually 12 by 12 inches cut, and that will be perfectly fine. So as you can see, I'm very happy with the white border. Now it will be time to assemble all those panels inside of my box. And I'm going to create a couple more here. So all the elements will match beautifully. So as I told you, I do have a giveaway on my channel with my White Elegance digital collection. So if you like it, I also left the rules of the giveaway in the description down below. Rule number 1, you have to be a visible subscriber to my channel. Rule number 2, I want you to like and comment on all 10 First Communion videos in this series. Then you can choose any 5 other tutorials on my channels. I want you to watch them, like and comment under them. The next step is to download any free project from Buy Me a Coffee website. So this way, I'm going to have your email address. The next rule is to leave the name of the free project you downloaded under the 10th video in this series in couple of days. Literally couple of days. And the deadline is the 10th of May 2024. So you still have plenty of time if you want to get my white Elegance collection for free. So as you can see, all the side panels are ready. Now I'm going to decorate the very inside or the middle of my box. And again, I created that white square and I decided to use that polka dot beautiful design, and I'm going to put it inside in the middle panel. So this way I do have a slight variation inside, and that's exactly what I wanted. So when these panels are ready, off camera I created some smaller die cuts using my nesting dice. And I'm going to use one of the best chipboards from Red Point. And this is a UK-based company. I absolutely love their chipboards. If you have seen my previous videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this one just fits perfectly in that box. So I thought I have to use it. And it is so pretty. So I need to order a few of those from them again. If you like to use some chipboards, I left the link to Red Point in the description down below as well. And what's really good about them, they also create bespoke projects for you as well. So later on, I'm going to show you the name of the recipient and also some other sentiments I asked for. And they use exactly the same font I really wanted, and they made it to the size I wanted. So this is absolutely exceptional. So don't forget to check the Red Point. Now, it will be time for some smaller details on the sides, and I use my doily cutting dice and circle dice to create all those elements. And as you can see, the book actually comes from my SVG shaped first communion card, and I left the link to this one as well in the description down below. I'm going to add some dimension to some of the elements, and that really makes a difference, especially inside of the boxes. However, when you add dimension, make sure when you close the box, they're not going to touch. So now I'm going to peel off the backing and then add a few drops of liquid glue. Again, just to make sure it will last there forever, I'm going to add some liquid glue on the other panels as well. And with the book, I decided to add more interest to it. So from my stash, I took brown alcohol marker and I'm going to draw the edges. And this is the quickest and the best way to do it. So now I'm going to put it aside, use a scrap piece of card, and then add that brown border. So this way it really looks like a proper book, right? So now I also created a tiny cross that will go inside of that book, and I'm going to attach it at the front on the left hand side. So when this is ready, I can assemble it inside of my box. And if you want, you can also add some dimension. However, here I'm going to add something different. So you probably saw some of my white flowers in my previous projects. And these die cuts come from Creative Expressions. At the moment, it is one of my totally favorite cutting die sets. And I create those flowers using my scraps piece of white card from my previous projects. And that is the way to go, guys. If you have smaller pieces, create some flowers. You can always add some color to them if you need. But that is the way to go for me, because I don't want to waste my very good quality white cut, especially the 300 GSM. So now it will be time to add some sentiments. And as I told you, Red Point, the chipboard company, makes the bespoke chipboards for you. So here I've got sentiments in Polish, and I'm also going to add the name of the recipient. How cool is that, right? So as you can see, I do have still plenty of them left because I'm going to create even more cards for that person. So when these are ready, I'm going to attach them with my liquid glue. And as you can see, the whole box is very subtle. And that's what I really wanted to achieve with that first communion project. How often do you create very elegant and soft projects? Please let me know in the comments down below if you have your favorite color palette to do it. So when using liquid glue, you can always maneuver the elements, which makes your job even easier. So if you really like to get my white Elegance collection for free, don't forget to check the description down below with the rules. So when these elements are ready, I'm trying to make sure they're on a straight line because that is always the trickiest part for me. And when we close the box, we can create a lid. But let's add few pearls on the flowers first. And this really makes a difference. So when they are ready, then I'm going to add a chalice on the left hand side just for extra interest because in the end it is a first communion card. So when this element is ready, we can move on to the very next step, which is add few pearls. You know how much I love pearls and I always like to add them. So I added them around the chalice and yes, we can close the box. However, something is missing. So we are going to create a lid. And I've got 15 by 15 centimeters. It is slightly bigger. And I'm going to do 2.5 centimeters score line on each side. So as you can see, it is slightly bigger than 15 centimeters. So it will work really well as a lid because if you had exactly 15 centimeters, the box wouldn't be able to close. So those are like 15.3, I think. Now it is time to create some notches with my scissors, and when they are ready, we can put those flaps together on the box. And as you can see, I always follow a pattern when creating a box. So this way it is so much easier to assemble. And as usual, I use my liquid glue to do it. And I would leave that lid for about 2 minutes to dry before you move on to the next step. And when I looked at the box itself, I thought something is missing because very often we do write the messages inside of the box. So I came up with an idea and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But now it is time to make this lid a little bit stronger. So what you can do, you can use exactly the same design papers and create mats and layers. And that's exactly what I did with the same textured cut and also the beautiful design paper from Altair Art collection. I'm going to put them together and then assemble inside of my box just for extra strength. So when this is ready, we can put it on our project. And I think that finishing touch is absolutely amazing. So now, when this is ready, I'm going to use that design paper to create an envelope. And it measures 20.5 by 25.5 centimeter. So along 25.5, I'm going to score it at 8.5 centimeter. Rotate it 8.5 centimeter again. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and I'm going to do 3.5 centimeter, rotate 180 degrees and do 8.5 centimeter again. So now it will be time to use a ruler, but before I do it, as you can see, we've got all the score lines ready. So I'm going to use a ruler and a pencil. I'm going to go through those 2 points and I'm going to create a straight line. So it looks like a triangle at the moment. But I'm going to use my scissors and cut some elements off. And this is really easy to do. So I'm going to use my scissors and cut along the pencil mark. If you want, you can use a rubber to erase all the pencil marks, and that will make your project professionally finished. Now I'm going to cut off the squares at the very bottom, the left and right. So our envelope will look like an arrow, actually. And this is really cool. So if you ever want to create small envelopes for your projects, that is the way to go. Now it is time to fold and burnish all those score lines and then attach them together. However, at this point, I thought, can I make it even more elegant and special? So I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to draw a line at the very bottom, like a slight curve. And I'm going to fussy cut it using my scissors. And this will make it even more special because it will be easier to take off the message from that envelope, which I think is really, really cool. So now it will be time to use the scissors, cut that element off, and then assemble the envelope. And as I told you, you can use an eraser to erase all those pencil marks just to make sure the project will look professionally finished. So now again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Now decisions, do I want to have the triangle at the front or do I have to want just the plain panel? So this is the way for you to decide. I'm going to attach the triangle first and then the other one. So this way I'm going to have a very nice pattern inside of my envelope and I absolutely love it. When this is ready, I'm going to fold the top a little bit for extra dimension and it will be time to attach the envelope inside of the box. And the whole project will be completed. How cool is that, right? So if you want to create very quick explosion boxes, these are the rules to make it super quick and simple. All you have to do is to use 12 by 12 inches paper, create two panels measuring 10 by 30 centimeters, and actually it is super easy to do. So what do you think about that finished project? Do you think is good for first communion? Please let me know what do you think in the comments down below. And don't forget about my giveaway as well. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you in my video tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting! Bye!